Hey everyone, it is Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 732. Right at the top of the show, there you heard from Steve Hawk and his new track, Above All. That has not been released yet. It was just sent off um, to be put on disc. And then you also heard all of the music this week is going to be brand new. But you heard a track from a band called MSJR, Spread the Love. And with me tonight is Terry Blair from Bellum. What's up, Terry?
How's it going, Bill?
Not too bad. I almost did. I do have to mention all the stations. It's buildascene.com, musicfrom412.com, megarockradio.net, 107.1 FM KFGD, St. Louis, Missouri, Rootaroo Radio, and xrpradio.co.uk. I throw that one out there with the domain because it's in Scotland, and I wanted to point that out. So anyway, I'm going to start off with what's hanging in your room and off to the side. And so anyone who's familiar with your band knows you as a bass player. And what is surrounding you currently?
Currently we're upstairs in kind of like my office space, and there are 16, 17 guitars and stuff kind of hanging around. This is kind of where I do my just messing around stuff, trying to learn guitar and stuff, and just hanging out. This is I got one bass up here. For being a bass player, I got one bass and like 13 guitars. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
And there's definitely a theme going on. Over your left shoulder, you can see they all have flags on them.
Left, which way? There you go.
And I'm pretty sure the rest of the ones over on that wall were themed in a similar fashion.
Yeah, I got I got some acoustics over there that are let's see if it'll show up there. That I got the flags on them and everything like that. It's usually going to be either American flag themed or Silver Burst. Those are my two that I really like. Like the double neck behind me is on Silver Burst. So kind of go with what I like for guitars.
The bass in the picture that you're covering up, kind of I don't know what you would call it, like a pink fade, maybe.
That bass was a custom design by Brian Martinowski, and he was a guitar player in one of my old bands called Unfiltered. But he works down at graphics shop down on Route 8. But he does computer graphics and everything like that. He made this one for me for special events, and it's actually just a race car sticker on top of a jazz bass. That I redid the mechanicals on the jazz bass and the electronics. So I bring that out at the Rock for Life shows or anytime I do a cancer benefit. But it really goes to Brian did the artwork on it. Dave Sloan did the entire build on it. Greg Spack helped out with some of that as well too. And then when I changed out the pickups, my guitar player Eric did the pickups and the pots on it again. A few years later after that. But, that's one I take out, to all the cancer benefits we do and everything.
Well, since you're kind of hiding it, I'm going to PG it. It says F cancer.
Actually, it doesn't,
and because that's the ribbon instead of the letter U. But
it's kind of probably safe, but maybe not as safe.
Yeah.
But there's pictures of it that you can find out there, uncensored.
Yeah, like the one that's behind you that we'll show a little later. And it should be noted that next to you in the picture behind me, like up there, is Lee's head.
Yes. Yeah, that's our guitar player Lee, and actually my son, so and it's been fantastic playing with him for the last I think we're probably touching 4 years, maybe 5 years now. We've been together for a while.
And
so, probably 4 or 5 years.
He lives right around the corner here from me.
Not anymore.
Oh, he moved?
Oh, he lives right around the corner from me now.
Oh.
Apparently
Okay, well, he was living.
Your neighborhood got too rough, so he had to get out of there.
No comment. That's actually, if I have an idea of where he is, I think it's right near where Bill Valgris lives.
Oh no, he lives over in Butler now.
But
oh.
It was like Ice Pond Road area.
Oh yeah, that's where he used to live. Yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah,
where
he
Bill
used to live
Valgris
right
is
off.
from Amber
He used to
Alexis.
live right on Ice Pond Road. So, but
Bill's been spending
Bill's
been spending a lot of time here in this building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's renovating the upstairs for my landlord, and he just finished our bathroom, which had some issues. So he's been here a lot lately. In fact, the ceiling in this room fell one night about 2 years ago, and that's when he started
remember.
working.
I think I ended up talking to you either right before or right after that happened. I think it was right after that happened.
Yep. Well, he repaired that, and he's been doing lots of work ever since here.
Very cool.
But
very cool.
He spent a lot of time here when the rock show was live in this room all the time too. Amber Alexis hung out here almost as much as I did.
I've never been there yet.
Well, that's because I don't know if we knew each other at that point.
I don't think so. Or if we did, we weren't socially and interactive.
Well, what happened was I had a 26-month-old and twin newborns, and that was the end of the live show.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. Now they're 16 and almost 14.
Happens quick.
It does.
Pretty soon you'll have grandbabies.
I don't wish that on me yet.
I got a third one coming already.
So let's see. Like with someone like you who's been on a lot, and don't read into that the wrong way, it's hard for me to ask my normal off the wall questions because you've been asked those.
Well, I can give you a brief synopsis of what's going on with Parabellum. We're taking a slow year this year. We're only doing a handful of shows. I think by the end of the year, we've only have like 8 shows that we won't be doing. Took some time to do some more writing, some more recording. Our backup singer Amanda stepped away from the band. Her career's taken off, so she's more focused on that, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're happy for her. Sad to see her go. She was a pretty big part of everything we did and where we got to, but couldn't be happier for her that she's got a career that she's enjoying now. Other than that, we go hang out at Jazz's and record whenever he's in town, and so just keep the writing process going. We've got I think 2 ones that we just released at the first of the year that you have, and then I think we got 3 more down that are ready to go right now, and I think another 2 in the works. So just kind of writing, and that's where we're sitting at right now. And we'll pick things back up. Hopefully next year we'll pick things back up a little bit more. But we went so crazy the first couple of years that having a slow year is not the worst thing on the planet.
You mentioned that I have the 2 tracks from the first of the year, and I said that this show is all going to be new music. And what I meant by new music was new music to the show, because somehow I managed to lose those tracks and didn't know that he emailed them to me, and he asked me about them today, and I was like, I don't think no. And he definitely emailed them to me, but I definitely didn't have them.
I don't remember much, but I remember that.
So we're going to listen to those here momentarily, and they are Leave Me Alone and Calling All Monsters. We're going to do that right now. We'll be right back.
There you go.
And on the video end, while we're doing that, let me see if I can get this to work for me. Maybe. There it is. Now you can't see my face, so bear with me for a moment. There we go. All right, so I do have some tickets to give away today for Sugar Rayford. And the opening act for this show is Miss Freddie and her blues band. If you're not familiar with Miss Freddie, you are missing out. You need to look her up. Freddie is spelled Freddye. Phenomenal vocals. But anyway, for some reason, only one person signed up for this one, so I don't even have to pull my wheel out. But I do want to tell you that there are a whole bunch of awesome shows coming up that we're giving away tickets for on Music from 412. Just go to there, the website, musicfrom412.com, click on contest, click on the show you would like to enter, and just fill out the form and share the event, and that'll get you entered. But without further ado, the winner of this one is Andrew Carr. Andrew, you know the deal. You'll be getting an email shortly from me, and then another one from Adam Valen explaining how to pick up tickets. With that said, I will be right back with Terry Blair from Bellum. Hey, he should be there. There he is.
Yep.
Too many buttons to press. So we are on to segment number 2 of episode number 732. With me tonight is Terry Blair from Bellum. I did see Kate a little bit earlier. I don't think she's going to pop in, but
no.
So
actually,
we just
her and Megan Pennington were just downstairs jamming out, and Kate and them, they get together once a week and they play for about an hour or so. So it was pretty nice hearing both of them play. So it was nice. So she just got done with that, so she's doing whatever adults do now. I don't know.
Speaking of Megan, I'm actually working on a project with her record label, the one that she signed to both as Megan Pennington and Moonshine Jasmine's DI Records. Working on redoing their website. You can see it. It's about 75% done. But it's direcordspgh.com. There's still a couple more tweaks to go, and all of the releases need added, but you'll get the general gist of what it's going to look like if you go check it out. And there's a new logo coming. I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Anyway.
maybe not.
Whoops. All right, so I know this past weekend you were hanging out in North Carolina with Utah and Jazz, and some shenanigans were going on, and there were some cameras involved. And the last time you guys were in North Carolina, there was some sickness on boats, and so I know there's some Jazz's rock and roll. Jazz's. I'm messing his show name up. Help me out, Jazz's
Rock and Road Show.
Thank you. Film and probably some B-roll and stuff going on there, but give us a little tease of what Jazz is going to be putting out.
If you remember, if you watched the episode in January, we made it onto the boat and we made it out into the water, and it was an angry ocean that day, and we learned a valuable lesson and come back, and it made for an entertaining episode nonetheless.
Sure
we went back down. We went back down, and Saturday morning at 5:00 in the morning, myself, Utah Jazz, Utah's wonderful wife Dawn, and Kate, we all boarded the boat, with cameras rolling, and headed out towards the ocean. Not going to get too much into that. We'll let Jazz tell the story on that. But then we got back, and we had some shenanigans is a good word for it. We tried to throw Jazz off a sand dune. He called it hang gliding, but it's whatever it was. But we went to
he talks about being afraid of heights all the time, and then everything he does is heights.
Exactly. But what we did do is when we were down there in January, he got some great footage at like the Wright Brothers Memorial and Kitty Hawk and everything like that. But something was wrong with his camera, so we went back there, got a little bit more footage from that for him. But that's always a real cool place to go. But if you remember his show last time that we were down there, we were at a place called the Lost Colony Top Brewery. So we went down there again and hung out, and then Lost Colony Tavern went there and hung out. Um, Great little sandwich shop down there, Poor Richards. But yeah, basically we spent 3 days in North Carolina just shenaniganing. You know, from my understanding, no, I wasn't there. Kate and Utah's lovely wife Dawn got in a fist fight with the ocean at one point in time. Um, you know, so I'm not sure how that turned out. The I'll let them tell the story some other day on that because I only got bits and pieces of it. But yeah, well, it was a good trip. It was a nice, relaxing trip. Spent some time on the porch playing some guitars with everybody, and spent some time, near sunset on the dock, just kind of hanging out and winding down. And I think we might have drinking a beer or two, during the course of the weekend.
Or two. Other than going to Heights, that's the other thing he does all the time on his show.
Well, I can't argue. I got nothing.
No, it's cool.
One or two.
My favorite thing about Jazz's show, while being local music is cool, and that's probably what everybody thinks I'm going to say, I actually enjoy what he's doing around that part of it, like what he's doing in the city and what he's learning, and the crazy places he goes, like the tombs and the different museums. And
see, I told him the exact opposite. What I like best about his show is when the bands are in his house, in his studio, and they play a song there. Which, if you remember, Daryl Hall used to have a show called Daryl's House on one of these channels where he'd have all these musicians come over and jam and everything like that in his house. And while nowhere near that grand scale of production, it had that little bit of a raw feel to it, and I love that. I love bands going in there just raw and just recording, play a song and record it as is.
Yep.
That's probably my favorite part of Jazz's show there. I mean, I can see Jazz walk around anytime. I care less where he's walking around. But the raw music is what I like.
Up until 14 years ago, that's how this show ran, except it was only audio.
Yeah.
That was well before I dabbled in video.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. So let's take another break.
Okay.
And we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit more.
We're
going to hear two more brand new songs to the show. We're going to hear from Overload in Stereo and their song Soft Spot for the Underdog. And we're going to hear from a new band to the show and new track. They're called Felt Side Out. Broken Crown is the name of that track. And we will be right back. And we are back for segment number 3, the last segment of episode 732. With me is Terry Blair from Bellum. You just heard Overload in Stereo and their song Soft Spot for the Underdog. That was followed by Felt Side Out and their song Broken Crown. Terry, I am going to ask you a question only because I have a story to tell you. So,
okay.
I'm going to ask you about pizza again.
Okay.
So the best pizza you've had, maybe you have to give me like the third best or fourth best at this point, but because you're a musician and then I'm going to tell you the story.
Well, I will tell you, we were just down in North Carolina, and at the Lost Colony Brewery down there, there's a pizza shop that's attached to it called Gino's. I don't know if you saw Jazz's picture, but pizza slices as big as your head. They're massive, but delicious pizza. So every time we go down there, we get pizza from there, and it's fantastic. I love it. So that
It's
was an
funny.
easy one.
It's funny that you mentioned the pizza the size of your head. So I was in the South Side this morning with my daughter, and Slice on Broadway was like
Uh-huh.
an eighth of a mile away from us. And I tried for 20 minutes to convince her that we were going to go there and eat. And I have not made it there yet.
And you were that close, huh?
I was that close. Instead, we ate at Permane Brothers.
You can't go wrong with Permane. So
I had it's called a Capone. It was ham capicle, salami, and sausage. Probably took a year or so off my life, but it was awesome.
a little red devil sauce on top of it, and you're good to go.
So being that you haven't been playing out as much as normal, have you attended any shows that really like stuck out to you?
Well, we've been through a few different ones. I will say, and not because he's a friend of mine, but because I truly feel this way. This current variation of Noble Hops that Utah's doing right now, it is crazy fantastic. It is, and we've seen him do the acoustic stuff with Jalen and Rob, and but what he has going on now and the vibe that's going on with it, that's a show you need to see. It's absolutely fantastic. Um, he's really got something going on there. I got to see the Borstal Boys again. Mike Ekus got his band. If you like that 70s party rock, Mike Ekus has that band, Yacht Nest Monster.
Yeah.
And they're a fun band, playing obscure stuff that you and I heard twice on the radio in 1977 and never heard again.
Well,
and
if I heard it in 77, I wouldn't have remembered it, but I was born in 76.
But I think they're actually playing up at the regatta up in Moraine this weekend too. So I mean, I'd go up there and check them out as well. So I think we're probably going to go up there and check them out. Moonshine Jasmine's got a good thing going on. They're two fun bands. I've seen the Shiners a couple times at that Helltown Tap Room, that new place down by the Butler Airport. And that's turned into a fun little place to see. But no, not really. Haven't really got out as I've had I've had some challenges this last year and a half, so kind of navigating those as well. I didn't get out near as much as what I should. Huh?
Speaking of challenges, how's your foot healing?
Not bad. Not bad. It's funny you mentioned. So the acid burn healed nicely until I went on the boat in January, and then I tore up my other ankle falling on the boat. And now I did, so that finally got better. Now I did something to the ankle that I burned about a month and a half ago. So now it hurts all the time. So I've had sore feet for 2 years now. I can't win. But that was a significant burn. It's taken quite a while to heal, but that part of it is all healed and better finally. Looks pretty nasty still as far as scar tissue goes, but so I don't think I could sell them on the internet for money, but
you can get a tattoo to cover it up. So
get a big music from the 412 tattoo right on top.
Absolutely. I had a running thing with Wally, formerly of Skell. He was supposed to tattoo the Pennsylvania Rock Show logo on the inside of his right wrist. because you hold the mic, and it never happened. But
oh, I like your show, Bill. I'm not doing it.
hey, I run my show and I'm not doing it.
So that's so other than that, it's not a whole lot of shows, just kind of the regular ones up here. The Climo brothers got a new gig going on with Mr. Scary.
Big
and that's
bad scary.
Big Bad Scary. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And they're doing good things out there. So it's but that I haven't been out to too many. My hours have shifted slightly at my job, so I'm getting some more hours in. So the weekday shows are hard now. So
the weekday shows have always been hard for me.
Yeah. so I don't know that I'm going to get out to too many of those anytime soon. So,
that's last summer. Last summer I went to a ton of shows. I told Rocky it was like we were on tour because we were out promoting music from 412. This summer, because I worked a summer camp type summer. It's kind of summer school, but it wasn't like grade related. Anyway, that made the weekdays hard. So I didn't make as many shows this summer, although I do have some lined up here shortly.
But I think we're definitely going to make Band Jam this year. We're not playing this year, so I don't have. Huh?
I hope to be there on Saturday because I'm taking photos Friday and Sunday somewhere else.
And so, like, we're not playing there this year, so we'll just be able to set up and kind of enjoy without, having to get into the runaround. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the runaround. I love playing there, but it's going to be nice to be a spectator for the weekend because they got a pretty good lineup this year. So, like I said, then we'll be with Edward Be Thy Name in the middle of September, and then
I just saw them at JB's.
Yeah, we played with them in Newcastle last year, and they're such a fun. Of course, I'm an Iron Maiden fan, but they're such a fun band to be with, and watch and everything like that. They're throwing all the classics and everything out there.
I saw them at the Tribute Fest at JB's with Steel City Crew and
Smacked and
Matt Alice.
Yep.
And coincidentally, that's another show that I'm going to photo Matt Alice and Smacked at. I think it's at Jurgles. I have to double check that, but that's coming up.
Like a Tuesday or something like that, ain't it? Tuesday or Wednesday or something.
I think it might be a Thursday, but it's before school starts.
Nice.
But
nice.
Hey, so I'm going to put it back up real fast. There it is. Everybody go check out Parabellum. It's parabellampgh.com. And Terry, I'm going to give you like a minute to tell me whatever you want to tell me before we go off the air.
Stop by and check us out. We got new music coming all the time. Bill just played a couple of our songs, or either just played or is going to play. However he cuts them in. So, we got a couple more coming down the pipeline. We're working on a few new cover songs just to kind of throw in the mix as well, just to kind of give a little bit of variety. But we're still out and about, and still doing the same thing we always do. Still believing in the same stuff and principles we always do, and just having a good time with it. And it's maybe we'll take another trip down to North Carolina for another story sometime.
Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, Terry.
Thanks a lot, Bill.
And we have two more tracks coming up on the radio side. We're going to hear Moses and the Trash Bandits and their song Blast Off. And then we're hearing from a band called Volts Delicious. And that song is Ring the Alarm. And we'll catch you next week.